Hi guys. Today I want to talk about the complicated problems in your books. Sorry, my head's so big. I'm going to be using a chart in the back in a few minutes. So you may have noticed that the minute that a problem gets solved in your book, another one pops up. Or you might have noticed that in your book, the problem has many parts to it that you didn't realize. And as the book goes on, the problem gets a little bit more complicated. And readers of your age reading really complicated books with complicated problems do well to make a chart in their black and white notebook and to start keeping track of things. The multiple problems in a book are really important, and they help to reveal something about the theme of the book and something that the author's trying to teach us. So here's a chart that I made that you could imitate something like this. This is for our read aloud with Wigloff. So let me step out of the way a little bit. So in here we have a list of the characters and their problems or what they want. And then I have a spot for the solutions as they come up in the book, then you can record them. And then what happened in the end in regard to the character and the problem. This is something that you can keep track of as a chart. You could also make a timeline if you prefer those. So let's take a look at the chart. Wigloff, wants to be a hero. Has he done anything about that to solve that? In fact, he has. What has he done? That's right. He enrolled at the DSA, Dragon Slayers Academy. So goes to academy. So he's trying to work on a solution. To become a hero, he has gone to the academy. He wants to bring home the loot, and that really goes with going to the academy. He doesn't want to kill. How is he going to solve that? You can see that that's a central problem in the book because he has real issue with even trying to kill a fake dragon. And so how is Wigloff going to work on this problem? You need to pay attention to that as I read along because that seems to be something the author's trying to get across to us. Another character is Mordred. He is the headmaster of the school. And what does he want? Well, he wants gold. He wants wealth. How's he going about getting that? Do you know how he's getting gold? Did you hear what he said to the kids the other day? Well, you'll bring back the gold to me, and then I will send a little portion home to your parents. So what's his plan? He's going to send out all these kids to slay dragons and bring him back the gold. So his plan is to send students out to get the gold. Oh, I wanted to point out this word loot. Wigloff wants to bring home the loot, but that's the kind of loot that is like when you steal stuff, not the L-U-T-E loot that the minstrel had. So those are homonyms, in case that was confusing. We have this character, Eric, who seems to be getting more and more important. Did you notice how Eric seems to be the one answering all the questions and the one who's having a lot of relationship with Wigloff? What does Eric want? Eric wants to save children, to make the world a safer place. Eric also wants to be a hero like Wigloff, which is why Eric is at the school. And Eric wants to have a fan club. Remember how Eric had posters hanging up and he was a member of a fan club of one of the knights that's famous? So these are the things that Eric wants. So we want to pay attention to the different characters, their different problems, how they go about solving them, and how it turns out in the end. Yep, and that's just step one. Because the next part is this, to ask yourself some questions. So what? What's the importance of these characters and their problems? Because not every problem has an equal importance. If we think about these problems right now, whose problem is probably the least important to the story? I'm guessing that it's Mordred, are you? Mordred is not the most developed character, and the fact that Mordred wants gold and wealth is probably only something to do with the other characters being sent out to get it for him. So if the most important problem is that Wigloff doesn't want to kill, then how's that going to affect him in this book when he's sent off to kill a dragon? He's a very smart boy, so is he going to figure out a way to get the loot without killing the dragon? Perhaps. What is the author trying to tell us about this problem, that Wigloff is not a killer, but he's really driven to help his family and to become a hero? So these are things that you can keep track of, and these are questions that you can ask. I'm going to be posting a photograph of those questions for you. So I really would encourage you, as you're reading, to make a chart in your black and white notebook and keep track of the characters and their problems, or the one problem and the different parts that it has, and how are people going about trying to solve it, and what happens in the end. That's really important for growing ideas, and you know how important it is to grow ideas about your reading. It's not okay to just read, not when you're almost a fifth grader. Okay, take care, talk to you soon. Bye-bye.